Hey everyone, and welcome to Signals from the Frontline. Your every Wednesday, sort of at 8 p.m. Central, live show from Frontline Gaming. We are your hosts,
Oh,
Tech Priest Dicky, lead producer of the FLGN, and I'm
lead
Seth the
producer.
Mad,
Wow.
the Seth the Mad Dog, your competitive correspondent. Definitely not getting tongue tied tonight. Dicky,
Yeah,
how you been doing?
I'm great. How you doing? You're
Yeah.
you're nice and glitchy for the audience, which is nice to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, too much hand
Hey,
motion.
we had some technical hiccups in the background, and we were a little late, but we're here.
Yeah,
We made it.
never miss a show.
And that I'm sorry, Crypt Shadow, no free Coke or cereal.
Yeah,
That can only be authorized by Kicker, who is obviously not with us tonight.
I apologize for that. I got nothing else.
So, all right, Kicker or Dicky.
He said he was on cough drops. That was it. This is
Dicker. I'm gonna call
malarkey.
you Dicker now. I think
Dicker?
that way I can't miss up.
Yeah.
Dicker, what have you been up to?
I haven't been doing any hobbying, guys. I've been doing Christmas things.
Yeah,
So yeah. Oh well.
yeah, same here. I've been Christmasing. You can't see behind me because of the green screen magic, but I got the tree up.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, we've been doing good, getting the holidays in order. I've been playing this little game, Dickie. I don't know if you've heard about it. Have you heard of Marvel Snap?
Oh my god, I'm so addicted to Marvel Snap.
Yeah. You actually got me into it. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really
been
good
grinding on that,
really
and
good
then
game.
I've been playing Vampire Survivor a bit too lately,
Yeah.
which is a fun like cheap little $5 computer game. Treat yourself for Christmas. It's a good time. So anyway, tonight, Dickie will be playing the part of Kicker. So
That's me.
Dickie, what's been going on in the industry news?
Okay, so this is the only thing I could find on the industry news. Hit that button, do this thing. It's official. Gamers Grass is gonna be at LVO. It's official.
Yeah. I mean, I think Kicker announced that previously, but it
Yeah,
is official now.
it's
So,
official now.
and there's also these little things called World Eaters. They've been
Yeah, man.
previewing, Dickie.
I okay, so chat, I gotta talk to you for a second. Has anyone had an experience where they're so excited for a new army to come out that when they want to play 40K, they just can't because they can't play the army that they want to play?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
currently the problem. All I want to do is play World Eaters, but they're not out yet. So
But I heard you have been getting some games in lately.
I have been getting games in. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm getting a weekly game in with a
Mm.
good friend. So he's been beating my ass. So yeah, hopefully I get better soon. Yeah.
Is chat really lagging behind?
I don't know.
Because I'm seeing people making,
Dicker
Kelsey's
jokes?
laughing at my Dicker joke, which was
Yeah.
like to me like 5 minutes ago.
Well,
Maybe not really
maybe
5
it was
minutes.
that good that he really had to
It was
process it.
so good.
Yeah.
He was rolling on the ground for several minutes.
For at least 10 minutes and then finally had to type in chat. Yeah.
Well, I know in the background, I'll take us in sort of the next segment here, Dickie.
Okay.
But in the background, FLG as a whole has been like all steam ahead for LVO getting prepped.
Yeah.
And on the network, we too have been getting prepped.
We have. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just noticed.
We've got lots of plans in the works.
Yep.
Now we've been discussing because I mentioned, I think on the last show, that I'm going to be along with Dustin Henshaw from the Thursday show.
Yeah.
We're going to be your field reporters. We're going to be
Mm-hmm.
going out and bringing you guys the story that you want. Kelsey says he was driving. That's
Oh,
why he
that
was
makes
delayed.
sense. Don't drive and watch.
Don't drive in Texas, Kelsey.
What are you doing?
You'll drive into the ocean.
Jesus.
Anyway, but I've mentioned that we're field reporters and that we want to bring you guys the storylines that you're interested in. So
Yeah.
I'm here once again. I actually the New Zealand guys reached out to me. We're gonna follow them, the little New Zealand contingent that's coming over for their first LVO, and see what their experience is like here in the States. See how they're enjoying Vegas, how they're enjoying the LVO. We're gonna be following Kelsey, who's making the trip in from Hawaii. But anyone else, chat, that you want me to follow, or any other storylines that are interesting to you, we're obviously going to try to get into some of the other events, see what's going on there. I'm going to be showing you guys the vendor hall, and I need your help.
Team Shiny Heads.
I need your help, chat, because we've had a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
That we are going to have problems physically executing.
Yeah.
And because of that, what I need from chat is we really want because Henry Cavill announced that he is going to be leading a project with Amazon to bring us some of this amazing content of Warhammer to Amazon.
Yeah.
We really wanted to bring Henry into LVO. Kicker has been reaching out as much as possible to try to get them involved. Unfortunately, he's not getting a lot of information. So the best I think we can do is I need a cardboard Henry Cavill cutout, or at least the cardboard Primaris cutout that most stores have, and we can tape Henry Cavill's face to it.
Yeah.
But I can't fly with the cutout, so I need someone to bring me that stuff. So chat, hook a brother up. Mark, I'm copying your notes right now. I'm literally, as we speak, going to my notes document to add that to my notes.
Yeah, this is great podcasting, guys. Thanks for
it's
all that.
Great podcasting. In terms of other things that's been going on the network, Falcon reappeared on Signals this week to do their annual discussion of best Christmas movie, which was Avatar 2 this year, which I thought when they said they were going to talk about Avatar, they were going to talk about Avatar: The Last Airbender, which I was a little confused, but hey, whatever.
I thought that's what officially all week he said that that's what they were going to do. So, but I guess he ended up going to Avatar, the movie. They gave it great reviews, by the way. I don't know if you saw that. Yeah.
I've never really got into Avatar.
Oh.
No, I'm not an Avatar guy. Are you
actually?
An Avatar guy,
Actually,
Dickie?
I had an ad for Avatar that we could run right now if you wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I think I saw this ad already. Let's go.
Let's go.
Star Wars. You and your children loved it. Now the Earthlings at Kenner have asked my associate and me to present the Star Wars collection. Truly remarkable toys and games for your children. What are you so excited about now? My goodness, the Star Wars TIE Fighter and X-Wing Fighter.
Go to the LVO.
Chat, that was an amazing LVO ad preview brought to you by our lovely Tech Priest. Chat, you don't know this, but Tech Priest works so hard on those ads. I mean, like literally this past weekend, he was all day, every day working on those things. Yeah. Super appreciate it. I love it. I love a little bit of a Parks and Rec at the end. That's one of my favorite shows.
Yeah,
so, it's good job, Dickie.
It's actually true. Val hates every ad that I do, so it's a little homage to his hate to all the little funny videos I do. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So our main segment for tonight, as the end of the year episode, because we're going to be off next week, is our year in review.
Yeah.
And as always, there is so much more stuff that happened each year than I remember. So I got to give a shout out to a website that keeps track of all this stuff, Age of Miniatures. Without them literally tracking everything that's been released for 40K, AOS, Kill Team, Warcry, Necromunda, you name it. If it's a GW thing that got the release, they have the date it was released. So hats off to those guys, because I could not have put this list together without them. So let's talk about January, Dickie.
I like that my PowerPoint crashed like right as you said that, so give me a second.
Dickie had worked so hard to get all the visual elements put in place, so it wasn't just me reading off a long list to you guys. And that may or may not have been why we were delayed, making sure we had all those images in place and everything worked, and then it crashed. Let me know when we're ready, Dickie. I'm just going to keep making. Oh, there we go. All right. So January, a little old event that you may remember, the LVO, the 2022 LVO went off in a bang. I think that was the first year that the FLGN was there in its full form. Right, Dickie?
Yeah, we streamed LVO. We were streaming events. I mean, LVO is such a big event, right? Like you really want to do great, and I think we did a great job. We learned so much,
definitely,
and we definitely have a plan going into this LVO.
And Dickie, that was the first time you and I met in person.
It is the first time we met in person,
and you know what, we're gonna see each other again
Yep.
Someone found a Cavill standee.
Oh my
TFG
God.
radio, courtesy of the LVO staff judges. Oh boy, we're gonna have a good one. Thanks, guys.
No.
Now, and so LVO was a great time.
Yep.
But we had so much more stuff come out that month because LVO really is the end of the season. So kind of things sort of lined up well with that. We had the Nachman GT packet got released in January. So we had the new GT packet. Before LVO, we had Custodes and GSC got their codexes. So that was all legal at LVO.
Yep.
There was a campaign book for Vigilus alone. They released a Kill Team terrain set, the Nachman terrain set.
Yep.
They released Kill Team Kill Zone Octarius, which was a campaign book for Kill Team. They released the Kill Team starter set for essentially the sort of new edition they have going on there. And they even dropped an AOS box, Fury of the Deep, which was Fire Slayers versus Idoneth Deepkin. Just and also a bunch of orc stuff because I can't not put the orc stuff in here. So they did the solo release of the orc Mega Boss, the orc new Def Copta, and the new orc boy sculpts. So just boatloads of content. Dickie, what was your favorite thing from January? I'm going to do this every month, by the way. So
I think,
we're thinking about it.
Oh gosh, LVO had to be my favorite thing. Also, I wanted everyone to keep note of which army Seth was playing here. So this is Army 1 for Seth.
Sorry, no. Stop right now. Chat, before we keep going, I need to know what you think the total number of armies is that I've played this year.
Look.
And at the end, we're going to... Now, Dickie, what army were you playing this time of year?
What was I playing then? I think I was playing... Oh my gosh. I want to say old KS Space Marines.
So that's 1 for Dickie. Let's put a 1 over Dickie.
No, we're good. Dickie's gonna stay pretty close to 1. I'm gonna tell you. So.
I don't know. Oh, come on. The Good Herald voted 12. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Killing me. All right, February. So we roll into February. This is the first ever Cherokee Open this month.
Yep.
So that was the first time. It was a great event. We had a great time there. It's a very nice venue. It was definitely a bit of a change for some folks because it was the first FLG event that was designed as a drive-in event. Would you get the thing off my face?
Well, I'm just putting it in so people can see how many armies you've played.
Oh God. Anyway, so it wasn't near a big airport, so there was. It felt more regional. I'm in the Southeast here in the U.S. and Cherokee's in the Southeast, so I saw a lot of guys that I get to see a lot of the events around here. So that was kind of cool. We had from a release standpoint, the Eldritch Omens box. I actually remember was like hitting the street the weekend of Cherokee. Kicker was actually picking some of those up. The new Tau Codex was out. And they had the new. They had new sculpt for Dark Strider. Yeah. They had new combat control box. They had new dice, the cards, the whole bit.
Yep.
There was the new Eldar Codex came out that month. The War of Faith, the Crusade book came out. Crusade mission book.
Yep.
So GW continued to support that. And this was the first time that you could pick up the FLG tables. Those were previewed at LVO, and now they were for sale for the general public. So I actually got mine that month.
You're gonna ask my favorite thing. My favorite thing is that table. We actually streamed. They were so confident about this table. We streamed on that table, which is saying a lot. My other favorite thing is we're going to have to move that army up to 2, aren't we, Seth?
Yes. Tau, which in my defense, Orcs is like my main. Everyone knows that. Orcs is like my main, my love. When I got into this game as a kid, every army I had was, you're a kid. You get stuff secondhand. So I had
a kid. Yep.
I started off with a secondhand Chaos Space Marine army. But like the first army that like I bought from the ground up and it came out when I was a kid and I was in love with it was Tau. So in my defense, I've been playing Tau since their first Codex released in 3rd edition.
Amazing. Well, that's 2
armies.
Long
time Tau player.
Yep. 2 armies. So
2 armies.
Orcs
2
to Tau. Got it.
All right. Moving on over to March. We have a couple of box sets come out. The Grey Knights box set and the T-Suns box set, the Combat Patrols. Those codex have been out for a while, but Combat Patrols are always about a 30%-ish discount. So those are always exciting to see come out.
Yep.
We had a bunch of the new Eldar models come out that month. We had Kill Team Knockman drop that month. There was a Fire Slayer book and an Iden the Thiefkin book that month. So it was a bit more of an AOS month, which is not a bad thing because I can't drink from the fire hose of 40K content all the time. I have to have a little break now and then.
Right.
Yeah. So Dickie, March. Favorite thing from March?
I think it was new T-Suns. I actually really enjoyed that book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
And just does the army counter go anywhere?
No, I'm good, buddy.
Look at this. Kelsey Ito played 7 armies. Chat, I'm also going to be asking you how many armies you played in 2022. Yeah. So just keep that in mind. Just keep throwing shade, people. Just remember that. Yeah. All right. Sliding on over to April. We had more Eldar models. Boo. No one likes Eldar. And we had the NIDS Codex release, which was a huge deal.
Boo.
We had Arena of Shadows come out, which was Blood Brides versus Night Haunt.
Yeah. You asked me that. You were like, what is this? And I was like, I have no idea. Like, chat, like, there's like, GW puts out so many things in a year.
Yeah.
It's
like, it was a box set. Like, if I asked you, no one was what? Yeah.
No idea. What is this? Who cares?
They also released a couple campaign books for AOS, Season of War, the Thondian narrative, and then they had a Thondian campaign strong point.
Yep.
So awesome. Tons of stuff. Again, 40K certainly got some love that month. The NIDS Codex was a big splash. Everyone NIDS out of the gate were pretty strong. There was a time point there where we weren't sure if the new NID Codex would be legal with Crusher Stampede. Do you remember that, Dickie?
I do. Yes, that was really funny.
That was crazy. Crazy.
Did you play it? Did you play it when it was like Bonkers Town or no?
No. I played like unnerfed base NID Codex, but not NID Codex plus Crusher Stampede because we were all really confident that couldn't be allowed to exist.
Yeah.
Dickie, favorite thing from April?
Well, definitely wasn't the NID Codex. I'll tell you that. I don't know. Unfortunately, I have to put my my army ticker up.
What's that?
For some reason, I started playing Grey Knights and painting a Grey Knights army around this time.
Dickie,
yeah,
you're up to 2?
I'm up to
like
2.
Me?
Like you?
Like me?
But really,
oh, man.
So if I could just say this, I'm waiting for Chaos Space Marines at this time. I'm just trying to find a Marine of some value, and it was the great version.
That you're in good company.
Yeah.
Artemis Steve, he played 2 armies, NIDS and IG.
Okay.
It's fine. It's fine. Two's acceptable. Let's
acceptable.
head on over to May.
Let's do this.
FLG gets back into the event game in May with the BAO.
I was there.
We were there. How was it, Dickie?
It was great. What a great event. What a great outcome to event. It was a storied outcome. If you haven't watched it or if you didn't hear about it, watch. I think a lot of the I hope. If not, I'll put them up. All the games are there. We had Steven Box from Vanguard Tactics was there. So they were in the finals. No, it was a fantastic event. That
was won by Jeff Robinson's former roommate, right?
Yeah, Jesse.
Jesse.
And it was just like the hand of destiny was placed upon him, and dice would not roll less than a 5, basically.
I mean, this was also the year that they renamed the trophy for the event in the honor of Jeff Robinson, correct?
Yeah.
So it was very fitting that Jeff's former roommate takes home the first trophy in his name.
It was so good.
So, yeah,
it was such a happy event. Yes. And I've never been to San Francisco, so it was a really great trip. Yeah.
In terms of GW releases, we had the Rift War campaign book come out, so more support on the campaign side.
Yep.
I really I've actually been collecting a lot of these campaign books as they come, and just like one day want to just like take a 40K vacation into the mountains with my friends and play through one of these campaigns. Wouldn't that be fun, Dickie?
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun.
We had the Knights and Chaos Knights got their
Yeah.
Codex releases.
Yep.
There was a big box set for Chaos Knights, but also Chaos Knights got a ton of new kits.
Yep.
There was
Really
a
nice
Nighthaunt
kits.
Battle Tome.
Yep.
There was a Daughters of Cain Battle Tome,
Yeah.
Echoes of Doom box set. And this is the month where they start to release some of those Horus Heresy plastics. So the Scar and Battle Tank.
Yes, they did. I did see that.
Came
They didn't
out
get the
in
rules though yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
But this starts the train on
Uh-huh.
the Horus Heresy plastic line.
Who?
Favorite thing?
Favorite thing is Chaos Knights. I didn't play Chaos Knights. I have a. Did Knights
You
come
sure?
out?
We don't want to bump that ticker up? to
No,
three?
no, ticker's at 2. So interestingly, did Knights hit as hard, or did it take a while for people to figure out Knights?
I don't think it took, like, Knights were good, but Knights
Yeah.
are always end up to me being a meta defining army, because they're such a skew stat line
Yeah.
that if they're good, if you can make a Knights list that can go 5-1 or 6-0, the rest of the meta has to react to that.
Yeah.
And in the past there have been some like drastic shifts in how that book operates,
Yeah.
and caught people off guard. This year was maybe not so much. I can tell you the Chaos Knights probably got the biggest, in my mind, the biggest rules upgrade.
Yeah.
Because in playing
dread
orcs,
system, yeah.
my lovely orcs, that dread aura stuff where you were half in my charges, and it flat out ruined a lot of my game plans.
Yeah.
So it's certainly shifted some things around.
Yeah. I think there's someone trapped in a box in Seth's house. You can hear that, guys. The little tinging. Yeah.
It's me messing with my mic stand.
Okay, so here's my next question. I know, like, we have a lot to go through, but which knight variant do you think is more powerful currently?
Oh, sorry. I was thinking like aesthetic. I was like Abominate, 100% Abominate.
Yeah, but
From
no.
aesthetic standpoint.
Rules wise.
I don't know. I think from like the thing that like makes me have the biggest pucker factor. I can't remember all the exact names of the rules, but it's the combo from Imperial Knights where you can get the one knight that is just like everything that wounds is mortal wounds and screw you.
Yeah.
And it doesn't cost me like but 1 or 2 CP and some warlord traits, and you're just like that. What? Like,
yeah,
I have played that when in ATC. I played orcs for my team in ATC, and I got put into knights a lot there.
Yeah.
And I played against a player who had that combo, and I literally just kind of like hunkered down, like, okay, here it comes. And like his dice went cold. And that was probably the only reason I won that game, because he should have picked up like everything he pointed at.
Yeah. Crazy. I think you're right. I think Imperial Knights, I would say right now, are the knight faction that terrifies me the most.
Yeah.
And what do knights make meta worse? Yeah. If knights are super good, it's bad. Like the meta is bad for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Certainly. All right, then we hit over to June. ACO hits, kind of the counterpoint to LVO, the big mid-season event from Frontline Gaming. It's huge. It's a blast. I didn't get to go this year.
Yeah, it's true.
Unfortunately, I had some other vacations planned, and just kind of made it so that I couldn't take any time off work-wise. But a great event. This is also when we get the Nephilim GT packet, the GT packet that we're currently playing. So we've had this packet out in the wild now since June, which it doesn't feel like that's quite 6 months and 6 months between January and June. I guess technically it is.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel like it.
Yeah. I moved my ticker up.
You did?
Yeah.
Yep, because CSM Codex came out.
Yep.
So you got your CSM Codex.
Yeah.
This is also the full release time for the Age of Darkness, the Horus Heresy.
Yep.
So we got the big rule box, or the big box with all the rules and models. You had a standalone release for the rules. You had the Deimos Pattern Predator. You had the Kratos Heavy Assault Tank, which was a brand new model, didn't exist in Resin or anything before this. Not to be left out, AOS got their General's Handbook that month, and they've got their Skaven Battle Tomes. So they got a nice, healthy release there in the summer as well. Dickie, favorite thing from June?
I don't know. It's the CSM Codex, clearly. Yeah.
Mark, I did not say I played NIDS. Be quiet. Mark of Corn saying I played Nids. I played against Nids. I didn't play as them. I played against them.
Probably a lot. Yeah.
A lot. A lot. I hate Nids. Hate them. All right. Do you have and my ticket remains the same. I'm still
I am the meta chaser at the moment.
2-2.
Yeah.
All right. Heading into July, we have LSO.
Yeah.
LSO is the FLG's Armed Forces Appreciation event. And this year Kicker rolled out tons of new things for the Armed Forces, which was a great time for everyone. I can't remember. Did you go to that one, Dickie?
Nope, that was Joe.
That's right. We had Joe fill in that for that one. Chaos got a bunch of releases. They got the Dark Commune. They got the Cultists. They had I think this is actually a Forge World piece. And Ka Bendan, the Demon General of Khorne.
That's right, yes.
And we got the Plastic Leviathan with the close combat setup.
Yeah.
So not as much released in that month.
No.
But still pretty heavy hitting stuff.
I mean, like size wise, that demon is
do you
gigantic.
Have that demon prince?
No, I really do. He's not a prince. He's ginormous. So if you look
why don't you have him? You're a loyal world eater.
I probably should have him. He's a gorgeous model. He's on the list of things after World Eaters to buy. How about that? Yeah.
He's on the list.
On the list.
All right. You should just buy him. Like I bet you if you right now looked in the camera with your beady little world eater eyes and asked GW to bring one to LVO and you would buy it from them, they would do it.
All right, GW, bring it, and if it's there, I'll buy it probably. Maybe.
Okay. You have it here, folks.
Yeah.
Dickie, are you watching chat? Should we answer these questions?
We can. Yeah, go ahead, answer.
So, what happened to Chapter Tactics?
What happened to Chapter Tactics? It was on hiatus, I believe.
Yeah, it's unofficially kind of gone on to hiatus.
Yeah.
Matt behind the scenes has a lot of other job duties for FLG, and a lot of the other guys that supported the show are not as involved in the hobby right now, so it's been a little hard for him. We've certainly been talking internally what to do with that because we don't want Chapter Tactics to go away.
Yep.
And we just don't know. We're coming up with ideas on how best to support Matt, right, Dickie?
Yeah. Yeah.
And Dickie has agreed to produce 17 new shows.
God, please. Well, I was going to say, like, I can't do another show.
Kelsey, I love you. What? Does the number of armies only count for 40K or does fantasy count as well, Dickie? Because you know the number of fantasy armies I played?
0.
I've played no other miniature games this year.
So officially, I haven't purchased any fantasy armies.
Oh, it's not about purchase. It's played.
Well, I played a whole bunch, but that's just because my good friend Val has a problem with purchasing fantasy armies. So they're all his at his house. Okay, I just go and play. Yeah, it's just like come play with my toys kind of thing. So yeah, thanks.
Right. I'm
Kelsey.
sorry, I'm scrolling through our notes now, and someone seems to have used some very large font in his section of notes. August.
Yeah.
August is Cruise Hammer. I've heard some great things about Cruise Hammer. I know you and I have talked off air that we both kind of enjoy cruises as a vacation.
Yeah.
I'm really, really angling to get my wife and I on
I think I could get her to do this one too, actually.
Yeah.
I think if any event,
she could screw around and do whatever she wants, and I could play games. It would be great. My wife loves the Caribbean. Yeah, it seems pretty good.
Kicker, if you're listening, maybe throw some tickets our way, and you know what, we'll do all sorts of stuff over there.
We'll do all sorts of stuff over there. Oh man, I have a feeling this.
There's no internet, so they can't make me do internet things, so it's fine. We're good.
There's internet, just not good internet.
Yeah, that's right. Can't stream that. The Corrupted Terrain set.
Yeah, that was also out, the full color set,
which I have. I think you have too, right?
I don't have the Corrupted set. I have the Orc set.
I have it. It was a delight to put together.
Delight.
Yeah, actually, just recently, some people asked me to do some measurements on this set, assuming that they're going to be on top tables of LVO. Yeah.
Well, good for them. We also got the Demons Combat Patrol this month. Warcry got its full release. Arcane Cataclysm, a dual box set for AOS, got released. We have plastic models for Horus Heresy, the Land Raider Proteus, and the full Leviathan kit is now out. Mark Johnson in chat's asking, is Cruise Hammer happening again this year? Yes,
Yes,
it will be happening again this year. You can check FLG's site for all the details. I don't have the dates off the top of my
It's
head.
on the calendar, and I deleted the calendar thingy on the dates. I apologize.
Good job.
Yep.
Good job. Tech pretty sticky.
Well, we had other things.
Favorite thing from August?
Ugh, probably the terrain set, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was like, that's a pretty safe bet.
Yep.
You're a chaos boy. You like your chaos terrain. I remember that was one of the first things you ordered a while back.
Yeah.
From FLG.
You know what? In the mat, so I got the red mat to go with the.
That's right. They did do the pairing chaos god mats with them. Right. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
I do enjoy that. Yep. Okay. So heading on over to September, we had the Las Vegas team tournament. That was in full swing again. And we had a plethora of releases. We had Brayard's Revenge, which was the Black Templars Emperor's Champion, mercilessly executing an orc. I will call GW out here. I ordered that model. They still haven't delivered it. And every time I email them, they're like, it'll eventually get delivered. Yeah. And I'm like, just give me the dang model already. I paid for that like 3 months ago. We got the Votann full box that month. Yeah. So that was the first release of the Votann Codex. We also got the Demon Codex that month.
Yep.
We got basically, I think, almost all the remaining Chaos Space Marine models that hadn't been released yet.
Possessed, finally.
Possessed.
Have come out. Like, this took so long to get Possessed.
Yeah, I remember the gnashing and wailing of teeth of many Chaos fans.
Yes.
Kill Team got their annual book. They also got the Into the Dark set, which has the Kroot and the Breachers in it. The Kroot are still awesome, and I still need a set of those. Just throwing that out there, internet. And then for Horus Heresy, we got the Plastic Predator tank, which looks amazing.
Yeah.
Favorite thing from September?
I really Possessed. Yeah. It's hard. The Demon Codex was so cool. So hard to wrap my head around, to be totally honest. And I think
it's just Flamers. Just take Flamers.
I think that's literally the Codex. So yeah.
Right now it is, at least.
But look at those Possessed models. They're gorgeous. Yeah.
They are some angry pointy boys.
I think Possessed. And I was running a lot of them. So yeah,
I actually remember when the Codex dropped, you and I were talking lists, and I was like, you were like, Possessors are so good, and I was like, all right, so let's channel our inner spam right now and just say what happens when we put 30 of these things in a list.
Yeah, turns out it's good.
It turns out you did not. The final form of that list was not too far off.
No, it's pretty close to 30 Possessed was the number. Yeah.
Oh, Alex points out that there's postal strikes here in the UK right now.
Oh no,
Alex, have there been postal strikes since September? Because I ordered that model in September. Just saying there, bud.
Brexit. I don't know.
Who knows? Brexit. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know UK politics
Seth,
that well.
Do we need to increase your tracker though?
All right. In my defense,
I'm just gonna add a 3 there. Okay, go ahead.
In my defense, who told me that it would be a good idea to start Votann?
You were hungry for a new army.
Who told me? Who
I
said you should do it, and I said okay.
But I wanted to enable you so our numbers were the same. I think was the thing.
Who was it? Was it Tech Pre Sticky?
Kicker helped.
Was it Tech Pre Sticky?
Dicky helped and Kicker helped. Yeah. Both.
Okay, so I did add a third army to my list this year.
Boy.
I actually own a fourth army, but it's my Space Marine army. It's just more like a paint project. It doesn't see the table. I don't play it, but it's. I do a really. I've showed you pictures of it. They're Alpha Legion
bet
scheme.
You played Iron Hands back in the day.
Back in the day, but since then it's been a paint project. I've shown you my Alpha Legion Marines, right?
Yeah, no, just saying Iron Hands. Dickie.
So 3 is where I got to this year.
Yeah.
Chat. Yeah, many of you said 3. You were correct. Yeah. But I think 3 is a healthy number.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not like a army prostitute. I'm not sleeping with every army in town.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a prude. Yeah.
You did.
So,
yeah,
anyway,
you did beat Kicker at the painting competition.
I did beat him at the painting contest. Yeah. Suddenly, he's not talking about having our models judged at LVO anymore. So I think he's scared. He's scared that I'm going to beat him both in speed and quality.
Yeah.
All right. October, we got the SoCal Open, which was the last event that FLG ran this year.
Yep.
Again, another great event.
Believe it or not.
Yeah. The first time Dickie streamed virtually. He didn't have to leave the frozen tundra of Canada.
Yeah.
Okay, please tell me you have pants on right now.
Well, you wouldn't know. I'm a puppet.
Do you have pants on right now? I have shorts on.
Listen,
I
I'm gonna leave it to your imagination, Seth.
Okay. From a release standpoint, we ultimately had mostly an AOS month. So Disciples of Zinch, Sons of Bahamut got their book, and they got the massive model King Brog.
He's so
Lumineth
cool.
Realm Lords got their book. And then plastic wise, we got a chatbot. You should kill that. Kill the chatbot.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna kill it. It's very low. Why
We
would
had
they
the
check
Horus
so low?
Heresy Predator support tank, so it added some weapon options.
Yep.
What's your favorite thing from October? Chatbot Dicky?
I believe they teased World Eaters this month.
They did.
Yep.
And you had been hearing the angry rumblings on the rumor vine
Oof,
forever.
Forever.
And now you got your confirmation. And oh boy,
And
from that point onward, Dicky has had such a short attention span.
it's really
In
hard
fact,
to play
I bet
any
you
other
right
armor.
now he's thinking about World Eaters.
Yeah. All he hears chainsaws in my head. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
All right. November, we've got the Golf Rocker release, which fortunately Kicker was able to get us an early copy so I could paint that up. So we got that painted up early, which was cool. We got the Christmas boxes for both 40K AO and AOS. Those are always super popular. The Guard box came out, which was the first release of the Guard Codex.
Do I have to need to
A little
increase your
controversial
kicker?
at this
Do I
point.
need to
What?
increase your kicker or ticker?
No, I
Oh,
don't.
Okay. All right.
I don't play Guard.
I'm just making sure.
But it's a little controversial, at this point.
Controversial.
But remember, folks, if the full codex is out by January 15th, then it will be legal for LVO. The internet has, we had that article posted where it said that if the full codex is not out, we will not be using it. But remember that cutoff is still the 15th of January.
Yeah.
So if that comes out by the 15th of January, expect that codex to be in play. So just keep that in mind if you're planning that you may have to pivot because lists are due on the 16th. We should know like a week before with pre-orders being announced.
Yeah.
If
Seth,
it's coming.
how many times a day do you get asked if Guard will be legal for LVO?
At least 27.
Yeah. I get asked maybe every hour.
Yeah. I can believe it. We also got the rest of the Votan models released. So those are now the full Votan range was out. Ogre Maw Tribes got their book. And then there was kind of an interesting product release, the Slave to Darkness Army Box set, which is an AOS product, but it contains the first plastic Demon Prince sculpt that has been updated. How old was the current CSM Demon Prince sculpt?
So awful.
Like at least
felt
third
bad.
or fourth edition.
I felt bad putting that on the table. I felt so bad.
And so this was the sculpt that had all 4 heads, right?
Oh, yeah.
And like a 5th unaligned head.
Yeah. No, it was fantastic. And
I actually know a lot of Chaos players that went out and bought that box for 40K, actually.
Yeah. No, I think I definitely want it. I don't have it yet. Maybe I'll get it one day when it's separate.
Maybe one day. What was your favorite thing from that month?
Probably the Slaves of Darkness.
Really? We got a Goth Rocker up on screen and you choose a puny little Demon Prince?
I wasn't so big on the Goth Rocker. I'm sorry.
All right, folks. That's the last episode of Signals from the Frontline ever. I'm sorry.
He just didn't
It's been a 10-year run ended by Dickie's hatred of orcs.
I don't hate them.
Hatred of orcs.
He just didn't do it for me.
Hatred!
I don't know. Whatever.
All right. And then finally we roll into December, which has actually been a fairly slow month release-wise, which is not unusual. I mean, they've got plenty of things for folks to pick up for the holidays. We did have the Horus Heresy Scorpius missile tank come out in plastic. So that's pretty cool. But generally, as a whole, the hobby kind of takes the foot off the gas this month and everyone takes a break.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we just dream of World Eaters, really, is all we do.
Yeah, we prep for LVO. We all take some time with the family and enjoy the holidays.
I'll have you know our numbers will be tied going into the new year, and I'll just quickly jump up one.
Why is that?
Because obviously I'll jump to World Eaters. I think you'll stay on Votan, I would imagine.
You're confident that World Eaters is going to get a release before the end of the month.
No, I'm confident it will be in January. I'm saying
okay.
January. If
Okay, now I'm following because we started
yeah.
tracking me in January.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So I've got
So
a
we're
win.
we're tied then.
We're tied currently, yes.
But what was their like reasoning for doing this whole like tracker thing? Was it to like make fun of me for being a
No.
meta
I
chaser?
wanted to make sure people understood. I've been hearing a lot of chatter about Seth the Meta Chaser, and I really, really, really
Uh,
wanted to bring it back to reality.
you were defending my honor. I appreciate
Yes,
that, Tech Priest.
that's right.
I'm sure that's why you did that.
Yeah, it's exactly why I did that. I am not a hateful person.
It's very Canadian of you. All right, let's get into our ITC recap, and then we'll take some listener questions. All right, so heading over to the 40K competitive track. Number 1, Vic VJ.
Oh.
Number 2, Jack Carpster.
Yep.
Number 3, John Lennon. Number 4, David Gaylord. Number 5, Thomas Ogden. Number 6, Colin McDade. Number 7, Mike Porter, who previous weeks I have reported was not going to be attending LVO.
Yeah, huh?
I'm hearing some rumors to the contrary now.
Ooh.
We'll see. Nassim Fuchain, number 8.
Yep.
Manny Chima, number 9. Unfortunately, I did hear some news that Manny has had some travel issues and might not be able to attend now, which is kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
And then number 10, Ben Sherwin. So I not that I don't want, I want all the top 10 to be there.
Right.
But if we lost another, I'm hoping we can pick up Mike.
Yeah.
We can keep our British invasion on track. Because I know Dickie is really excited about the British invasion narrative.
I love it. I love that narrative. Yeah. It's so fun. Okay, so Seth, we're at like, I don't know, how many more episodes before LVO? Like 2?
Like 2 or 3. Because we'll get the next one will be in January, so we'll have like, well, I guess 2, because I'm flying on, like, we're both flying the Wednesday before LVO.
Yeah.
So
that probably won't happen.
And Kicker's flying, and the whole network's flying.
The network is in the air. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm pretty certain so I think 2.
So we've been going for 46 minutes now. 5 of that was wait time. So I don't think the standings are going to change too much. I think
no, there are no other major events that are going to shift this around in a meaningful fashion.
I had a lovely sit down today with Vic, David, Nassim, and Innes.
All right.
And they were delightful. In fact, they were so delightful. They were saying, if I don't win, I want this person to win. And who do you think they said they wanted to win?
Wanted to win or was going to win?
Wanted to win. If it's not me, it should be this person, they said.
John Lennon.
That's right. 100%. They most of them said that. Innes didn't, though. Innes was pretty much, I'm gonna win it, is what he said. So that was awesome that he said that. But no, it was super awesome to have the interview. Hopefully, I can cut it and edit all that stuff for the wait times during LVO.
Yep. Yeah. Dickie is working on a lot of in between game content.
Yeah.
So there's going to be lots of stuff there to watch. So that'll be pretty cool.
Yeah. If you're going to sit there for I don't know how many hours, hopefully we can entertain you a bit. Yeah.
Kelsey, I believe there is a super major in Australia, but I believe the way the ITC is structured is the weekend of LVO, all other events that are occurring are counted for the next season, while LVO is the end of this season.
Yeah.
And if I remember correctly, the Australian event is the same weekend as LVO.
Yeah.
So
who do you think who thinks going to win the ITC?
So who do I think?
Yeah.
I think Europe has had its time in the sun this year.
Yeah.
And so I think I'm thinking it's going to be one of the Europeans. And if I have to pick one, I'm going to pick a man that's close to my heart, Nassim.
Wow. That's a big jump.
It would be. But Nassim has, since switching over to Tau, he's been at the top with Vic. He's been at the top with David at a lot of events. I know he's doing a lot of prep for this, and he's making a big push. So I think it's in the past, the Europeans have been kind of hamstrung by the lack of large events. So they've been way behind in the points race. This was the first year that they really had, because of the UKTC circuit, enough large events to really compete with the US in terms of points. And so we have this good mix here at the top. So it makes it anyone's game. So The only thing that I think some of the UK guys might have a bit of a disadvantage is because they're over in the UK and they don't travel over here very much. They don't have much experience on FLG terrain, so they're trying to get their hands on stuff. They're trying to do things here.
Or
TTS.
player placed at all.
So that's a bit of a learning curve, but I know Nassim has been putting in the reps with learning player placed, and trying to come up with a plan for it. So I'm thinking he's got a shot. What do you think? Who are you going to pick, Tech Priest Sticky?
It's a tough one. I think I love the comment, by the way. I'm going to dodge your question, Seth, and move on to this one. Harpster with a new army was. I'd love to do a Harpster's ticker on.
That's great. But back to the question, Tech Priest.
I can't dodge you like kicker.
I'm not as easily distracted.
Yeah. I really feel like Vic has been playing great 40K this year, so I think maybe he's got it in him to take.
But you're also going with a European.
Yeah.
All right. So all right. No love for the Americans here, I guess.
Canadian. I don't.
North Americans here. All right, hopping on down to the hobby track. Number 1, Matt Aaron. Number 2, Andrew Gagno. Number 3, Jacob Thayer. Number 4, Kevin Grubbs. Number 5, Lou Rollins. Number 6, Aaron Kelman. Number 7, Dean Pritchard. Number 8, Eric Mullins. Number 9, Derek Page. And number 10, Lee Steiger. I'm actually going to add to my notes now. I want to follow the hobby track guys.
So this is interesting. Yeah, because their scores are very tight. If you look at the top, at least the top 5, right?
They're definitely very tight, and I know a lot of these guys are. I know, like Jacob is literally planning on how to drive from Florida to Nevada, because he wants to transport his display board.
Yeah, no. So LVO is going to get the hobby track winner as well. So that's super exciting. Yeah, what a great narrative.
Yep, and I added that to my notes of narratives to follow, Dickie, because as your field reporter, folks, I am here to bring you the stories that you want to see. Dickie's going to force you to watch the games that you don't want to watch.
That's right.
I'm going to be the one bringing you the stories that you want to see.
Yep, you got it.
All right, heading over to competitive track.
Ooh.
Number 1, Gavin Gragar, again, still holding the top. Good chance this man can repeat 2 years in a running. Number 2, Anthony Trentinelli. Number 3, Jeremy Vizier. Number 4, Matt Beasley. Number 5, Thomas Kwan. Number 6, Rich Hanna. Number 7, Jiwan Noah Singh. Number 8, Zach Kennedy.
Wow.
Number 9, Emma Mangles. And number 10, Matt Robiche.
You crushed that name. Yeah.
I've been practicing. I have no idea if it was right. It was just all about confidence.
Again, so I was talking to Kicker. So there is a 370 Age of Sigmar players that would be playing.
Definitely one of the largest AOS events too. So
this is a big
significant chance of shaking up those rankings there.
Wow, nice.
Yep.
Exciting.
And then down to the hobby track, our number 1 is still Jeremy Williams. Number 2, Robert Snyder. Number 3, Ricky Fisher. Number 4, Nick Garcia. Number 5, Matt Beasley. Number 6, Martin Orlando. Number 7, Anthony Trentinelli again. Number 8, Gabriel Pacheco. Number 9, Evan Markham. And number 10, Andrew Myers. And that is your ITC recap for the week. Dickie.
Woo.
Dicker.
Yeah. Dicker. Jesus.
All right, chat. Time to get your final thoughts in for the night.
Tim, I think you're right. Soli's a name I've heard way more. And he will
Matt
be
Morsoli?
Matt Morsoli. And he will be at LVO. And I don't know if he could win LVO. I don't know if he's in.
I'd have to go back and check. I don't know. I'm gonna go check the points. You keep vamping.
Yeah, but a few players, I believe Innis called out Soli to win. So clearly, good players know other good players. So I think you could be right, Tim. I think you got a shot for sure. You know what we should do? Why haven't people created this like a draft, an LVO draft?
Oh, they have in previous years in little private circles.
This should be a thing that we do.
Yeah,
I don't know if we can bet on it, but like I think it's amazing. We should do that.
Dicker, it's in Vegas. We can bet on anything probably.
Sure, but why don't we do that? Like people should like put their money where their mouth is on players that they think are gonna win.
You want a friendly wager right here?
Oh God!
All right.
Okay.
So you're going with Vic. I'm going with Nassim. What's a fair wager?
Well, so I'm picking the number 1 ranked ITC players. So I would imagine. I get I don't know what like the who's the winner who buy dinner.
All right.
I don't know.
No. That's too easy.
Oh, jeez.
I think whoever loses this bet, the winner gets to dictate an army list that they take to a tournament next year.
Oh,
Because you and I don't play a ton of tournaments actually anymore.
no, not anymore. Oh, that means that I have to do it at stud. Oh no, Seth.
What do you think?
I think okay.
All right.
I'll play it. I'll do it.
All right. So what if neither one of us, the bet's just nulled?
Yeah, let me just do
Okay.
what we want.
Okay. But I think that's a fair deal.
Winner gets a huge corn.
In the meantime, while I've been making horrible bet decisions, I have looked. Matt Morisali is currently with 6 scores, sitting at 48th place in the ITC at a grand total of 1,222 points. That's 1,200. Right now, Vic's at 1,469, so 1,222. He's got 240 points to make up. Certainly, LVO is a lot of points.
How many points
I don't
is
think
LVO?
it's going to be on the upper end of the 200s.
Okay. So it's
but his lowest score right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, is Terracon at 1912. So even if he upgrades that to like a upper 200s, it's not going to catch him up.
Yeah.
He certainly would shoot up the ranks a lot. Don't get me wrong, but it wouldn't get him into top place.
Yeah. Okay.
So Matt certainly could be I guess a spoiler for some ITC competition.
Right.
He certainly could still win the LVO,
Yeah.
but he could definitely spoil some people's plans on taking down the ITC as a whole.
Very exciting. No, I'm very much looking forward to it. Yeah. It'd be a lot of fun.
Ooh, bet wager. Who will place higher on average, World Eaters or Orcs?
Oh, well, can we do that next year?
Yeah, next year. Well, that'll be next year's bet. All right. Final thoughts for the night, Dickie.
Oh man, you know what? It's Christmas time. Everyone take time. Oh, I wanted to say I made an executive decision and didn't cancel Thursday's show. There was just nothing to like talk about. So I said, "Hey guys,
slow time of the year.
Yeah, why don't we just take the week?" So there's no Thursday show tomorrow. Sorry. I have a ton of editing to do, so I'll just use that time to edit, but they'll be back in the new year. Yeah, I think that the plan is to do a live show in Vegas, so hopefully that happens.
Yep. Sounds interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is it for this week. We hope you enjoyed this episode from Signals from the Frontline. Everyone have a safe and happy holiday season. We're going to be off next week. I'm pretty sure basically the entire network is off next week. Is that correct?
Yeah, it feels like it. Yeah.
So that's it for us for this year. 2022 has been a great year. It's first full year that you and I have been doing this gig, Dickie. So I've really enjoyed working with you this year, man. I hope you have a great holiday. I hope everyone has a great holiday. Have a great week, and we will see you in 2023.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, guys.